I'm feeling called to do a message of how you can revitalize this connection. And offer, I'm hearing I Don't Dance from High School Musical 2. So let's see your current energy. Spirit, what's the current energy of the collective? Please and thank you. Your first two cards are knights. So you're coming out knight. I'm trying to get one more. You're coming out as the Knight of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups. Okay, that's a lot. Thank goodness. Okay, the Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups, and Death. Slowly moving towards change, slowly moving towards this love offer, slowly embracing death, rebirth, like cycles, right? Bottom of the deck, your Four Swords. Slowly starting to understand that you do, in fact, have to dance with life. And, okay, let's see, hold on. Too many. Sometimes I'd be like, oh, that happened for a reason. Too many. Current energy of the person in your heart space. That was the Eight of Wands, but it didn't want to like actually come out. But the Sun did come out. So the person in your heart space is coming out as Judgment, the Hangman, and the Sun. It's gonna look like if you know, I don't dance, you're gonna have to bend. You're gonna have to bend. Literally all three of these show in one way or another the person like bending, stretching in some kind of way, right? Like bowing towards the universe. That's I mean, and them coming out as major arcana just across the board, yeah, they're powerful, they're shifting. And so you're gonna have to shift with them, right? If you want to. I'm gonna have to learn how to collaborate. I think that's a big theme for this week is collaboration. Moving into the energy of collaboration. Okay, so what's the issue here? What's going on? Right, like, what's the, okay, hold on. They didn't fly out, but they, King of Pentacles, Seven of Cups, Three of Pentacles. I'm getting there's like a trust thing here, right? The King of Pentacles is very steady. He's dependable, he's reliable, he's steady. He's seated. He's like, you know, bearing the fruits of his labor. He's like at his throne. But then you have the Seven of Cups in there, along with the Three of Pentacles. It's almost like, that's very interesting. It's almost like this King of Pentacles, it's like it's in you. It is what's in you. But you don't want to show it. Almost like your cards are like too closely held to your chest sort of energy. And you've been slowly like opening up and like slowly coming around to, you know, this charismatic person, this love offer, this declaration of feelings, right? You've been slowly like allowing this rebirth to take place within you. But something's still holding you back. And at the bottom of the deck here, we have the Ten of Swords. So in some way, you're still trapped in the past. Like blaming yourself for what's happened in like past relationships. Because Seven of Cups is like, it's illusion, it's fantasy, it's a lot of options, right? A lot of paths moving forward. It's confusion on moving forward because you don't have all the details of the path, which tracks as like a King of Pentacles, except the King of Pentacles isn't necessarily worried about that, right? The King of Pentacles makes his own way. He figures it out as he goes. He has this, he's strategic, he's adept, he has a goal in mind, he has a plan in mind, but he can adapt, right? He can adapt to anything that's thrown to him. So he's not necessarily worried about the end game because he knows that he creates his own future. And so like that's something that's like stopping this. I feel like this would go for both of you, right? Them coming out as Judgment, Hangman, and the Sun. To me, this gives more of like needing to understanding that there's a new story that's taking place with them, a new spiritual story where in which they have a different perspective on things, where they embrace more joy in life, where they become more of a beacon of light. They embrace the light that is within them. And I literally said what needs to be revitalized, like, you know, something about vitality, which is huge with the Sun, vitality. So it's like both of you need to sort of take this stance of the King of Pentacles within your own lives and within this situation, of understanding that that you don't need to see what's happening. You don't need to see what's happening here to know that things are happening. A while back on my TikTok, I did and this first one might actually be on TikTok as well, but anyway, a while back on my TikTok I did a message about how we're not supposed to see the path. We don't know what the path is. We don't know what it is that we're doing on this path. We just know that we're supposed to walk the path, and that's very paradoxical in and of itself and very confusing, but that's just how we're being guided right now. And it seems like that's the way here. You need to see yourself, as both of you need to see yourself, see this situation, actually, this relationship needs to embody the energy of the King of Pentacles. Adaptable, dependable, right? A visionary, stable, and doesn't need to see the outcome to still work together, to still know that you two are working together and spirit is working through you and through this relationship. Do you get what I mean here? Like, and leave all the worry behind. I mean, because you literally have no choice, right? It's Ten of Swords. Like, you can't be caught up in the betrayal of the past and let that keep holding this back. Because this is the energy of the two of you, of what you two need to embody. This is your energy. You're stubborn, you're bullheaded, you don't give up, but you're also this like romantic lover, this person like on a quest for love, right? Like love for the sake of love, but also being asked to sort of like transform that, reshape that, but also allow that to be rebirthed within you, right? Like revitalize this energy within you. And then they are being asked to take on a new spiritual story, take on a new perspective, embrace the sun, embrace joy. So they need to embrace joy, and you need to embrace like your inherent nature. All right, so I had to pause there, but next we have the Tower, the Magician, and the Five of Pentacles. I put that off camera just now as I had to pause in saying that you both need to open up in different ways, right? You need to go back to who you were, and they need to sort of embrace like a new perspective, a new way of being in life and love. And in life and in love, you need to go back to being who you are, and sort of be determined to stick to it. And then the energy that this relationship needed to embody, which is like the King of Pentacles, the Seven of Cups, and the Three of Pentacles. Understanding that you're not going to know how this is going to end up, how it's going to look on the other side, but still being willing to work together, being willing to let the relationship take this sort of dependable, structurable like energy that is inherent with the King of Pentacles. And so like what I think that really needs to in order to let go of the past, that Ten of Swords energy, right? That betrayal of the past. So it's like that betrayal. Did I say this already? We have the Tower, the Magician, and the Five of Pentacles. I think so. Did you just hear that honk? So let's see. Hierophant at the bottom of the deck here. Let's see. Why is this Tower here? What is this Tower signifying? Y'all saw that. Y'all saw that. And I was thinking this, but I wanted to clarify the Tower to be certain. King and Queen of Wands, Queen and King of Wands, because the Queen of Wands came out first. Why is the Tower here? This is to, things need to break down. You need to take on a, for you, right? You came out again, Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Cups, and Death. That is like opening your heart, leading with your heart, of being determined is what's going to bring you back to this King of Wands energy. What's going to make you sit in your power, see the power that is within you, like your confidence, your prowess sort of energy. And then for the Judgment, the Hangman, and the Sun, you see, it's like electric, vibrant, right? Like Stella's got her groove back is what I'm hearing with that. That's what this Tower is. This Tower is the ending of the old story, the ending of the old cycle, that being alchemized, coming out of this lack mentality as it pertains to this situation. Yeah, that's what's going to revitalize you, is leaning into the Tower. Most people fear Tower energy. And I've said before, yeah, literally going within and refining that confidence that sparkle within you. I've said before in love readings last week that for now, the energy for now, as it strictly pertains to love readings, the Tower is a good thing. It is a very good thing, that you really want that Tower, because literally Eight of Wands is, let's put the deck here, that is what's going to cause this huge transformation, right? I mean, and that's what the Tower is known for, but it's like this good transformation, especially within love. It's like love coming at you fastball, literally, is what I'm getting with that. So yeah, so we're gonna pull from I don't know why I just got called to get this little mini deck, but we're gonna see what comes out with it. Obsession at the bottom of the deck here. That's so cute. We got Nourish, Clarity, Confusion. Focusing on yourself is going to give you the clarity you need in this situation. Clearing up confusion. Literally like simple as day. It's like simple as day. And putting pride aside. Right? Like especially because the King and Queen of Wands came out. And the Ten of Swords, right? So it's like this. It's like you guys are operating, like what's going to revitalize this is moving from that, accepting the like pain and sorrow that you felt within this situation. But it's like you guys are operating from wounded King of Wands, wounded Queen of Wands energy, and letting your pride get in the way, which that is what's causing this confusion, instead of nourishing this relationship, nourishing each other, nourishing yourselves, and allowing clarity to be found through that, not rushing it, not needing it to be something other than what it is at the current moment. Yeah, like that's what's created this distance. And I'm getting like ooh. Okay, hold on, yeah. We got distance, depth, past life, conflicted, peace. That might be at a distance from you. But also it's like, it's this pride. It's like this King and Queen of Wands energy. It's like a double-edged sword. And that's why the Tower is here. It can either lead to more distance, or it can lead to a deepening depth within the relationship, right? You can either repeat karmic cycles and not learn from those mistakes, or you can move on from, you know, these past life cycles, right? And so it's caught between this conflicted energy and this peace, and it's like, which one are you going to choose? Which one are you going to choose? Like, there's multiple choices ahead, and it just depends on you and what you choose, and how you choose to move. And really, this is on the Divine Masculine here, because that's crazy that that's at the bottom of the deck there. Actually, we're gonna switch decks. I feel like this is more so geared towards the Divine Masculine. Anything in closing for the Divine Masculine spirit? King of Wands just came out again. Tower again. So yeah, this is very much like towards you. Ooh, okay, that's a lot, but we're actually gonna take it because I think, okay, hold on. So I think it's twofold. Let me see, let me get two more. We'll take it. Yeah, so for the Divine Masculine, this is a confidence thing, but like a self-assertion sort of thing, right? Like staking your claim, allowing yourself to be happy, and walking away from some things in your life, letting some timelines collapse is what I'm hearing, and having the willpower, having the vision to let them collapse without knowing, because again, we had the King of Pentacles, Seven of Cups, without knowing what's going to come from it, right? And then taking this beginner's mindset within love. Page of Cups isn't necessarily always the best when it comes to love readings, right? But I feel like in this scenario, you need to take a beginner's mind, opening yourself up to the universe and what can happen, opening yourself up to new forms of joy, new ways of looking in love, new ways of going about love, and letting it build from there. And that's not to say that right now you both need to rush into this relationship. It's just, this is what's going to revitalize it. In a reading before this, a big theme was building blocks, right? Laying the foundations. And it was actually an overarching theme of moving forward within our interpersonal relationships. And so a foundation for you, again, starting from a beginner's mindset and having the confidence, even though you were gonna be as a beginner, like acting as a beginner, being as a beginner, like spiritually, you're here, you're King of Wands, you're confident. And also you have that King of Pentacles energy innate within you. But there are so many other things that need to collapse so that you can take this page mindset and lay the foundations for what is to come without being able to see the end game of what is to come here, right? And allowing just your confidence and your new vision to lead you, to guide you. And understanding that these two opposing forces, this king and this page, is still going to be able to guide you into the right direction. And knowing that you have the willpower to do that, to steer your ship, to steer your train, whatever, right? Like, train. And I would say for so I would say for the Divine Feminine in this situation, because they had Judgment, Hangman, the Sun. See the opportunity to like seed new light, seize the day. I don't know why seed new light came out, but like that line specifically, seed new light. your foundation is paving the way for new light within your own life and within just like this relationship, right? We got Queen of Wands, Queen of Cups here. You sit in truth. You see truth. You will truth like it's a sword for the good of all, not to harm anyone, right? Because you're also very grounded, very in tune with your emotions. This is very grounded energy here. It's a very stable energy, very rooted energy. Because you are thinking both with your heart, with your soul, and logically in the sense of your head's not in the clouds. You can see the clouds, you can see the dream, but you don't let the dream like overwhelm you. You let it guide you because you trust your intuition, you trust your emotions, you trust what it is that you feel deep inside, and you trust your connection to spirit. And you see the opportunity in this for both of you. And that is what's moving you both forward past this loss, disappointment, grief, let down sort of energy, along with that Ten of Swords, right? Like being able to view this in a new light. And so I think for the Divine Masculine, they're already like Divine Feminine, I mean, they're already like kind of there, moving forward. And that is why I say that they are seeding the light, they are being a leader in that way. And Divine Masculine, it is really you needing to leave this behind. It's a choice. It's a choice because the Divine Feminine has already faced their judgment day. They've already decided. And so now it's just up to you to decide that. I think it's more so you that's like conflicted. What's this conflicted energy? I'm just gonna get 3. Conflicted, Divine Feminine, chemistry, realizations. And as I picked this up and I split, it was conflicted and lusting. So I actually don't feel like this is like, this could be twofold, like conflicted as in the Divine Masculine is conflicted about the Divine Feminine because of the chemistry that they have and like the realizations of that chemistry, the electricity, the spark between the two of you, and how much time has passed, right? Like what are we gonna do about all that time? What's behind time? Maybe feeling trapped by the chemistry. But also it could be having a realization that the Divine Feminine is, because again, Queen of Wands, right? Like the Divine Feminine like sees her confidence, sees her sensuality, her sexy, her beautiful, her raw power, her raw feminine essence, and is able to wield it. And maybe that scares you because of how long it's been. Again, time is a huge thing here. And maybe you feel like she's gonna realize that she's better off without you. I don't know why that just came to mind. But mainly an energy of feeling like this, like passion, this intensity is going to overtake you both. And that it'll all, pain just came out, and that it'll only end up in like pain. Or that because you felt this way, that you caused so much pain. The time has passed between you causing so much pain and you like escaping because of this chemistry, because of this draw, this pull, and you needing to be able to really let go of the past. So I think she needs to Divine Feminine needs to let go of the past, and that and what's in the past is what's happening between the two of you, and then also you need to let go of the past of like what's happened previously that sort of led you to reject this, escape this when making your return. But both of you still, if this return is going to be possible, if you're going to revitalize this, it is it's taking on this like completely new perspective of this, letting everything else go and being confident in who you are, right? So for the divine feminine, I would say don't let this knock the confidence that you've already built within yourself. You're coming out as the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Wands, actually. All this stuff really, like, nourish came out as well, so all this stuff is for you to really, like, continue to nourish yourself, nurture yourself through this. That's the foundation that you're laying right now. And for the divine masculine, it's like really, really coming back home to who it is that you are. Does that make sense? I hope that's making sense here, because I just got confused myself there for a second. And it's not like, it's just not as confusing as you all kind of like want to make it out to be. It's just being confident, but like letting that confidence naturally build, finding that confidence within yourself, and then being confident within the relationship. Yes, there's a lot of spark, there's a lot of passion here. Yes, there's a lot of chemistry here, but that's not the only thing that's there. That's what's going to help revitalize you, not necessarily in like a leading with sexy time kind of way, but just understanding that there is this raw intensity between the two of you, and that you can move mountains is what I was just getting with that. Yeah. This one's an interesting one. My bad. Spirit, anything in closing? Two more. That was the wheel that wants to come out. I said two more, but we got four more. Three of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, the Hermit, Page of Cups, Six of Swords, Ten of Swords, Six of Cups, Ten of Swords, Seven. Did I say Six of Cups? Six of Swords, Seven of Swords, Ten of Swords. You need to take on this Page energy, because you need to see that you don't actually want to work alone, that being alone leaves you feeling very betrayed, very like bereft, very just, it's like this harsh, anguishy energy. And that you really need to take some time, go slow, go within, and move on in order to move forward. We're closing a cycle here. Literally, yeah. Closing the cycle, leaving the past behind, leaving this pain behind, leaving the pain that you've caused the divine feminine behind. Kind of very much like a crossroads. I might do a part 2 for this tomorrow, of like getting more into this crossroads energy. I also might not, it just depends. But it's like, it's very much because, you know, the energy throughout this entire reading was very conflicting a bit, because it's a crossroads. It's you deciding. It's you deciding what it is that you want, how it is that you're going to move, what it is that you're going to believe in, what it is that you're building. Are you building on more fear, or are you deciding to build on love? And if you're building on love, you have to understand that you are a beginner at this, and that it's okay for you to be a beginner at this, and that that's a necessary part of this process. And them being confident doesn't take away from their feelings for you, their ability to forgive you, just because they're not sitting in their power. And so that's how you need to rise to your power. There we go. Yeah, that's how you need to rise to your power, is seeing that them being empowered doesn't doesn't mean that you like lost some upper hand, and really you shouldn't even want an upper hand. You guys are working together. That's keeping you trapped, right? And that's like keeping you in this like competitive energy of like there can only be one leader, there can only be like one chef. You guys are cooking together. So stop thinking that working together strips you of your own power, strips you of your sovereignty. It doesn't. Yeah, like I said with that Eight of Swords, it doesn't. It doesn't keep you trapped. That's a minefield that you've landed yourself in that you can easily get out of. A lot of Swords energy here. So a lot of how you think and how you move energetically is at play here. Because they're ready to step up. They're ready to collaborate. They're ready, right? They've been waiting on you this entire time. It's just like, are you going to get over yourself? You got to get over their confidence. You got to get over the time that's passed. And you got to get over collaborating. And what I feel like it really points to is like thinking that, because pride came out, right? And I was saying that operating from the wounded aspects of the King and Queen of Wands here, it's like not wanting to show that you care. Who can care the least? I've read on this energy before over on my TikTok. It's like, who can care the least? It's like, who wants to act like that? That's so lame and so boring. Sorry, but like that, you know, it is. It's cool to care. It's cool to be in love. It's cool to show that you're in love. You don't have to act nonchalant. And it doesn't make you lose your power to show that you care, to show that, you know, that someone is worth fighting for, someone is worth embracing, and that you feel kind of like the chemistry is overpowering, because there's the confidence needed to trust that it doesn't overpower you, that it won't overpower you, that it won't make you lose your agency, but also trusting that you can, like, that you'll find new empowerment, new agency in this intensity. I hope that makes sense. I'm gonna end it here. Anyway, I love y'all so much. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, you can email me, and the email will be below in the description. And if you see this on TikTok, I'm not gonna put that on TikTok. Not the full thing. Anyway.